Hi everyone, this is Dati from Just My Opinion TV. Well, last time I showed you a little bit of my cantaloupe garden. I just wanted to show it to you now. I'm in Florida, so we just had this hurricane that just passed. And even though we didn't get a lot of it, it still caused a little bit of damage. So you see the black tarp on the top? I put that to cover the plant from getting huge from having the rain beat down on it. So just a little bit of protection for it. And I also was so scared that the storm would blow off all the blossoms, but fortunately we lost some, but not everything. But the miracle is, if you notice, the last time I told you guys I had planted the rest of the corn. I wanted to see what part came up and what part didn't. And I swear to you, yesterday when I came out here, all of these plants they weren't coming up. And now look at these corns. This just happened yesterday. Look at that. All of these came up yesterday. I'm so grateful that I actually have corns coming up. Beautiful, isn't it? I swear. Well, yesterday when I came out here, I had nothing peeking up. I think this was all brought on by the storm. This growth. I guess if I really consider it, has something to do with the pressure. But I can see some seeds too. If you notice that, there's some seeds that just pop out of the ground, and those are not actually growing. But hey, look at my cantaloupe beds. You can see something is getting to the leaves. I actually sprayed it, but I don't know. It helped because there's not a lot more damage than before. But look at my cantaloupe. Look at all the blossoms that are still there, even after these heavy winds. I am so grateful. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'll actually have cantaloupes this year. But I'm gonna have to step up on my game regard. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is fabulous. Look at that bee. Grateful. I am so grateful the bee found the cantaloupe. So yes, most definitely. So goodness, I think they will be pollinated after all. This is so great. I am so happy. So the cantaloupes are growing just fine. There's one trying to climb the fence right there. And I am so grateful I have, at least I see one bee. I mean, hey, one bee, at least it could pollinate something. I'm so happy. Wow, it's a great change. I was like feeling really bad that, I might never get a cantaloupe. But hey, the corns came up. Not all of them, but a good number. I thought I'd probably get just 1, 2, maybe 3 coming up. But a lot of them came through. So, hey, look at that. That's great. So fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And this is not the only garden that I have. I actually have a container garden at the side of the house. And I have another garden in the back. I want to show it to you. So here's my lemon balm. I actually had to transplant this because it was in a container before. It was in a container like this one, and with the sun and the heat, it got damaged, I guess. So I had to change it out. It took a while for it to grow back, but it's coming back. It's actually growing really well right now. And this is my jalapeno tree. This tree has been there for quite a few years. If you look right here, you can see right in there's a jalapeno. Here's another one. It's right in there. And there are a few blossoms here that we have to contend with. So I'm gonna get jalapenos. I actually picked this one right here too. And there's one right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's been covered by this leaf. Let me remove this leaf and see if you can see it. There. Okay. Maybe you can still can't see, but there's a jalapeno growing there. And this is my banana pepper tree. These are really old. These are about 2 years old now. Well, a year and a half to 2 years old. I've had them for a while. So they're actually growing, flowering, fruiting. Just great. And fortunately, they got, you know, a little breeze on them because of the hurricane, but they survived. And I have here oregano in a container. This thing grows so much. Look at that. Spreading all over the place. And every now and again I have to cut it back. This is my squash plant, and like I said, bugs are eating them. So they have blossoms on them too, but it looks as if a lot of these blossoms are actually males. Some have died already. Hopefully, you know, I can get some pollen in. I can actually get. I've never been able to grow squash. They always die, and these like look like they're on their last legs too. And here, I have a couple. What do you call this thing again? I totally forgot. It just lost my mind. I ate some of it this morning too. Swiss chard. Yeah, multicolored Swiss chard and just regular green Swiss chard. And in this bucket, I do believe I have those 3 little plants. I did a number of seeds in there, but only 3 came up. Actually, no, it was more than 3, and I think like something ate it. But now I only have 3 little plants. This is not a squash plant right here. It's also blossoming. And then here, I have another squash plant, and the bugs ate this one. But it seems to be coming back to life. And behind it, right there, there's a kale plant. There's another little kale plant right there. And there was one right here, and it got eaten up. Over here, we have more squash plants. And you see my plants are flowering, but they're dying. I don't know what else to do. Here, another squash plant in the bucket. So this is my container garden. And this radish I just picked out of bed. It busted while it was growing, so it's no good. This is my top that I put on so the rain wouldn't beat down on it. So hopefully, you know, I'll take off the heavy rains. Over there I have seedlings. Those 3 containers have peppers in them. This one I think I planted cherry seeds. I wanted to see if I could grow cherry seeds. That one was strawberry, so those 2 are a bust. This one I put 1 potato in. I sliced it in 2, and I put potatoes in there in 2 different places, so they look like they're growing. And over here, this bucket, those are all kale. So hopefully those grow and I can transplant them. So that's my little container garden right there. But on this side, if I look here, this is my sweet potato patch. And as usual, something has been eating on the leaves. But it's my potato patch. And this, I have tomatoes. I can't tell what variety it is because I had to transplant some of them because they were dying, and I didn't keep a good record, I guess. Down here on the bottom of this bed, I have a few carrots, and I also have more tomatoes. Over on this side of the bed, I have pole beans that are growing. See? Look at them. They're flowering, but no fruit yet, so hopefully the wind did not blow all everything, so I can actually get some pole beans, but we'll see. I mean, you know, I think sometimes when you plant these things, sometimes no matter what you do, circumstances beyond your control, you know, you end up losing everything. But there they are. Hopefully they'll recover from these heavy wind and rain, and I can actually get some pole beans. So right over there I have 2 banana trees growing beside the shed. Took a while for them to get to that height, but they're growing, so I'm hoping and praying that they'll continue to grow. And I can actually get some bananas from them. So yeah. Well, they say gardening is not a weak person's job because you lose more than you gain sometimes. And here in this bed now, I have tomatoes. And if you look at this, you see the tomatoes are actually flowering. And look over there, more flowering happening. And over here, there's more flowering. So I'll have some tomatoes pretty soon. I think I saw a tomato. Oh yeah, there is a tomato on this one. It's right there. Yeah, look at that. Right there. So yes, this one is flowering. And also, I have some peppers in this bed as well. Green peppers and banana peppers. To be honest, I don't know which is which right now. And these tiny little things are actually flowering already. So, we'll see. We'll see. I think I have a banana pepper growing on a tiny plant right here. Look at that. Little banana pepper already growing. So my tomatoes are flowering. Here on this bed now, I had planted radish here, but they didn't survive. I mean, there are a few that are hanging on, but I'm not expecting anything great. So, wow, look at that. So what I did was I had some pumpkin seeds and I had some cucumber seeds. So I planted there, 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 and there. And these are actually growing. So that's great. I mean, I've given up on the, oh, this is my cat. I've given up on the radish. So, and over here, I have more peppers. I put them all there. Hopefully, you know, they'll grow so I can transplant them. But with what's happening in Florida right now, with all this bad weather, that might not happen. Okay, from there, I go over here. These are two squash plants that I have right here. There's one right here, and there's one right here. Keep your fingers crossed that they're going to grow. And now to my okras. I have okras growing right here, and I believe they are starting to produce. Let me show you. If I go in here, you'll see right in here that they're actually flowering. So here's another one, so you see better. There, flowering. So hopefully we get some okras too. But look how the wind is still blowing really, really hard. So hopefully they're strong enough to survive it. And over here we have another batch of sweet potatoes. And I promised my neighbor I would give her some when they're mature, so we'll see. And in between the potatoes I have spinach. I'm gonna cut some today for my dinner. But there, it's a whole bed of spinach. It's all the way down there to all the way up here. And on this side, I have more cantaloupes. This was supposed to be my watermelon mound, and the watermelons didn't do so well, so I planted cantaloupes here as well. And they're not doing that great either. But I have one tiny little watermelon plant coming through. Hopefully you get here before, you know, it gets really, really cold. So, well, it's just Florida, but it does get, well, my version of really cold, 50 degrees and below. Sometimes it gets to 30. So I have another squash plant here. There it is. And I think there's one right here hiding amongst the spinach right there. So that's my my little garden. Hopefully, you know, I actually will have some fruit from it. I don't know. I mean, I started late. I started really, really late anyway. I started so late. I didn't think I was even gonna have a bed. But hopefully the beds will, things will actually grow and I'll get some vegetables from them. And in the fall, I want to plant some potatoes. I already have a bag of potatoes with lots of eyes already. So I'm going to plant some potatoes. And I also want to plant the kale that I have there and some mustard greens, lettuce, So hopefully I'll have like a really, really good harvest. I usually do better with those things after September in Florida anyway. So by then, hopefully everything will be no more hurricanes, no more tropical storms, and everything will be back to normal. But for now, this is my garden. So wish me luck. And that's my cat. Anyway, thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Have a great day.